Is that working? Yes. Ah, with the technical and the things. Oi. Hi. Hi, Lake. Sorry about that. Like I said, technical and the things. So, how is everybody? I want to share something. But cancel. I want to talk to you guys today about just some taking care of yourself, whether it's, hey, fur baby, how are you, sweetheart? Whether it's, you know, into the world as we know it, or if it's just a power outage or whatever. Everybody makes fun of the redneck until the apocalypse. So what I'm going to do is my intro right quick, and then we'll come and we'll just talk about some stuff real fast because we're coming up on winter here in the northern hemisphere. So just some things to keep in the back of your mind.
Because your mind is on vacation and your mouth is working overtime.
If you're someone who's been feeling alone, life can be a little scary. Come talk to Grandma Sherry.
Hi. Hey, LG, you're welcome, sweetheart. Twist. Twist. Girl, I hope you don't mind. I want to make you a mod, if that's okay. Do you mind? Do you mind? Yeah. Okay, just adding some mods. Shauna B, hi, baby. Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen you. I know you've been busy and stuff, and we usually met at Burden of Proof, but she hasn't been live for a while. But that's okay. That's okay. Nebulous, yes, should be an awesome northern lights according to social media reports of mass coronal ejections at your end of town. Haven't seen anything, no, but we are in the solar maximum. So that means that there's a lot more of those coronal mass ejaculations, as I like to call them. And so what that does is just stirs up all the stuff in our atmosphere and gives us some really cool aurora borealis. And from what I hear, it's going to be farther south that you could see it, even maybe Oklahoma. I don't know. Hey, okay, so I gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Grandma Sherry. Oh, you're welcome, honey. Don't worry about that. Remy, welcome. Juju B, Katie K, LG, Lori Life 360 for the win. I love that name. Mhm. Hey, Burden. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, sweetheart. Arctic Fox. Hey, if you are not subscribed to Arctic Fox, let me get his get his channel here because he just did a live and he had Duchess and Kid on there and they were talking about some missing persons cases and whatnot. So if you would please sub up to Arctic Fox and make sure to like things that come across because he's one of the good ones. He's one of the good ones that we like and trust. And here is the link for his petition to standardize the Amber Alert system. So welcome, Arctic. Yes, you baby. Is that okay? Twist if it's not, I'll take it back. That's no problem. But you're just here with me all the time, and I appreciate you so much. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about being prepared. Now, um, we always think of preparedness as those crazy prepper guys, right? The ones that are always talking about uh, when the shit hits the fan. Like big end time technical difficulties. Oh, you're welcome, Arctic. I do it anytime I can. Hi, Jasmina. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, it's good to see you. So here's the thing: we don't have to wait for the zombie apocalypse in order to realize that with the way things are going in the world right now, that stuff's going to happen. We're going to lose power. We're going to be without water. There's boil warnings and all kinds of things that are going around. So, just some things I want you guys to think about to keep your family safe in case something does hit the fan. One of the things, I don't know, I'm kind of all over the place. I haven't eaten yet today. And of course, right before I go live, my stomach starts to growl. Hey, Amber E. Hi, honey. How are you? So put a 1 in the chat if you guys have ever had to evacuate, and put a 2 in the chat if you've ever had to go for several hours or days without your electricity. Just kind of cute. 1 if you've ever had to evacuate, had to leave your home for something, and 2 if you've ever done something to lose power or you can't use your water. Doomsday prepper, but you always do have a few cases of water and plenty of canned goods on hand. Yeah. And that's the whole thing. I mean, you don't have to get like a Faraday cage to protect all your electronics from an EMP and all that kind of stuff. But if you're pretty much anywhere in the world now, you're going to be affected by whether it's a hurricane or whether it's flash flooding somewhere or wildfires or tornadoes or something. And here's the thing: people always make fun of the conspiracy people, until they really need them, right? We all make fun of the redneck until the apocalypse happens. And so I just wanted to go over just some real quick things. Oh, two to, is that 26 days due to a bad ice storm? Yeah. And since, you know, here in the Northern Hemisphere, and I say that because I do have some people from down under that come in, but here in the Northern Hemisphere, we're going into winter. And a couple winters ago, Texas, the power grid was out and people died because of it. Just recently in Texas, Houston was affected by, it wasn't really a tornado, it was more like a derecho or just some high winds event, but thousands of people were without power for 3 or 4 weeks. 3 or 4 weeks. Oh, 10 days from Hurricane Sandy. So, no, 6 days. It was horrible. You're not meant to be Amish. Neither am I. Oh, you live in Tornado Alley. Losing power is just another Wednesday. Exactly. So, here's some things, and I'm getting this from our government, and we trust them so much. So, this is actually a FEMA website. This is an official website of the United States government. Here's how you know. So, this is, and I've got it linked in the description. Let me drop this. This is their food portion of it. Let me drop this for you. Bink, bink, bink. It's ready.gov. So it talks about disasters and emergencies. And you could be locked down for, like, you can't go anywhere because your neck of the woods is having monkeypox, or a biohazard exposure. Or you could be locked down for hours and hours because of attacks in public places, droughts, earthquakes, explosions, extreme heat, flood, chemicals, and hazardous material incidents like the people that were in Palestine, sorry, when the train derailed and whatnot, and they literally had to leave their house. Home fires. You ever think about that? Some people have to leave their house because it caught fire and they have to go to a hotel. And so, hurricanes, landslides and debris flow, radiation emergencies, pandemic power outages, and you can click on these things and it'll tell you individual things. So I'm not going to go through all this, but I wanted to bring this up because I had to live through, well, actually, it was a tropical depression. It was a hurricane. By the time it came through Virginia, it was a tropical depression, but it knocked out all our power for days on end. Okay. So during a power outage, it may disrupt the communications, your water, and transportation. It may close retail businesses, grocery stores, gas stations, ATMs, banks, and other services, cause food spoilage and water contamination, and prevent the use of um, medical devices. And, you know, when things are going along and we rely on these things, we don't really think ahead. So now the prepper guys call a bug out bag. I'd like to kind of refer to it as an evacuation kit. If you had to leave your house suddenly, would you have things that you need with you? You need power? Yeah. Oops. Sorry. Even billionaire types on super yachts. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need power too. Yes, hit the like for Grandma. Hey, Mr. Nice Guy, 666B. Gosh, not my fault. I saw you over at Arctic's place, so you should have just hopped in the car and carpooled over here with me. But anyway, just think about that. If you had to be away from your home, say like you went out shopping, picked the kids up from school, come back, and your block is cordoned off because there's a gas leak or something. Do you have the stuff with you in your car so that you don't have to go back into your house? And these are what they call bug out bags, but that's also things to keep in your car, things like a first aid kit, things like granola bars and water bottles and those Mylar blankets because they really do work. They keep you warm. Just and maybe maybe a battery charging bank. Let me see if I can pull one up on Amazon. Just some things to think about. Power bank. Here we go. See, they're not expensive. This one's solar powered. So if you're in a place where you actually can't even charge your power bank, you can just put it out in the sun and charge it up. These are kind of cool. I think this is one like I have. But yeah, if you look right here, they have the different charging cords to them. So they have one for iPhone and they have looks like USB-C and just a regular USB charger. But something like this to have, in your car, just in case, if your car breaks down in the middle of nowhere and your cell phone is on 13% and you're trying to call out for something, just things to think about, things to think about. And then, oh, you were just thinking about those? Yeah, they're really, really handy. Your phone is goofy. I think all technology is goofy. I live in Mercury retrograde. But anyway, so here's some things. Um, oops, let me go back. Here we go. Make a plan. Number one, have a safety plan for you and your family. Okay, if something happens that you and your family are separated, you can't get together, maybe the phone lines are down, whatever, have a plan. Sit your family down together, get mom and dad on the FaceTime or whoever's in your local area and come up with a safety plan. If we're in the house, we're all going to get out by these methods, whether it's a window or whatever the thing is, and we're going to meet out front by the mailbox. Or if something's horrible happening, then we're all going to meet in the church parking lot, just so that everybody can understand what's going on. Okay, and like I said, go to this website, theready.gov, and there's so many things in there. But, get your shelter plan. What's your evacuation route? What's your family household communication plan? Like I said, let's work it out to where we're going to meet, make sure everybody's okay. If you have Life 360 or something, safety plan for nuclear war. You know what, Cash? When I was in grammar school in California, that was during the late 60s and 70s, we used to do these bomb drills where we would get under our desk, in a little fetal position. We'd all be cuddled up and we'd put our hands over our neck and try to protect our heads as much as we could. Yeah, I don't think there is like a safety plan for nuclear war, but being prepared is half that. Oh, it was a Cold War. Yes, it was. But anyway, and do you need to update your emergency preparedness kit? And this is what we're talking about right here. Um, Now, if we think about this real quick, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? See if I can pull one of these up. There's 5 things. So when something happens that it's a horrible, horrible thing, then there's 2 basic things that have to happen. And that's your physiological needs. That's to keep you alive during this time, which is water and food and air, obviously. And then we go up to safety and security. And that would be where you're not out in the elements. You know, you have a plan to sleep in your car, or you have a tent, or you have somewhere to go. So that's the two bottom pillars here of Maslow's hierarchy of needs is your biological needs and safety and security. Cash, I go and time you out, okay? Now it's prep for shootings above the fire and tornado. Yes, exactly. But here's the thing about all this. All right. So, first thing we need is water. If you're in your car, put several bottles of water. If you get stuck in a snowstorm or the road is closed because there was a massive accident and they've shut down the whole highway for hours on end, it's always good to have water and some sort of snacks. You know, like nuts are good protein, granola bars, that kind of thing, something in there, and then take it from there. This ready.gov will actually give you tons of great information. But, you know, put a first aid kit in your car. In the house, you can get a storage tub and put things in there. If you had to grab something and leave. Hi, Nicole B. Sweetheart, hi. If you had to grab things, run out of the house, you know, put stuff in there, like a first aid kit in there. And see, you can download a printable version. Water, 1 gallon per person per day. And I'm not sharing that. So shame on me. Okay, now here we go. What is that? Here. Okay. Water, 1 gallon per person per day for several days for drinking and sanitation. You're going to want to brush your teeth. You're going to want to give some to the animals, the dogs or the cats or the birds or whatever. Food, at least a several day supply of non-perishable food. At the very, very least, something where you can like maybe boil some water and have cup of noodles or something that you can eat cold out of the can in case you have absolutely nothing. And this is considering sheltering in place, okay? A battery powered or a hand crank radio and a NOAA weather radio with a tone alert. And those aren't two. Flashlights, first aid kits, extra batteries, a whistle to signal for help. Hi, Sofla Mama. You'll be in the bushes. That's fine, honey. Thanks for coming in. A dust mask, just in case. Plastic sheeting, scissors, and duct tape. This is, you know, those big garbage bags. I think they're 40-gallon or whatever, are fabulous because you can make them into ponchos. You can wrap stuff in them to, you know, protect them from weather or whatever. Moist towelettes. There's the garbage bag and the plastic ties. And this is for poopies and peas. In case you get stuck in your car and we have to go something, then we have something to put it in. These are home things. Wrenches or pliers to turn off utilities. Manual can opener. Local map. Cell phone charger. And a backup battery. Now, if for some reason you're at home, the water's not working, there's no power, there's going to be some things you want to just keep around the house just in case. Okay. One of the best things that I have found is waterless, hang on, waterless shampoo. They use these things in the hospital. See, they're not expensive, But in the event, you're at a place where you can't bathe, um, get some, let's see, waterless bathing, body wipes, bath sponges, foaming cleanser, something, because, if you're going days on end stuck somewhere with no way to shower or take a bath, these things gonna come in handy. Hey, TJ. Hi, honey. We're getting cold here and you guys are getting warm down there. Your hair is the last of your concern in that position. Dingbat. Yeah, but here's the thing. If something happens, you know, if it happens, the shit hits the fan and you're gonna run out and you're going to go to the Walmart or the Walgreens or down to the apothecary or whatever, you're going to run into the same thing we all had after C-19 hit, when nobody could buy toilet paper. And when it did come in stock, that people were buying like, 25 of those 12 packs and rolling them out to their car. Nightbot is not a stalker. Sorry. No, he's not. Life straw. Yes, Lake. That is a great thing to have. Filters bad water and you can drink water even from a lake or stream. Exactly. And I have one of those in my car. Here we go. They're very small, very, very small. And just with things going on in the world right now, there's wars and rumors of wars. And, you know, I'm not going to go into the whole thing that Russia's just waiting to use, tactical nukes against Ukraine, which is why they let them come into the, not going to go there. But the thing is that if something was cut off, if your power station was attacked, or you can't get home and you're stuck in your car or something, things like this are good to have because you're not going to have access to fresh water all the time. And heaven forbid, um, something like that happens, or even if you go out hiking or something along that line, always a good thing to have. Always, always. Yeah, just had to borrow a roll from your neighbor. Yeah. Oh, you hoard all the toilet paper that you want. What films are we taking? What? Oh, that was me, Lori. I gifted the memberships today. Leaves are biodegradable. Yes, but what I've learned living sort of in the country in Virginia for a while is that the leaves of three, you let them be because those are probably poison ivy. And we don't want to be, wiping the naughty bits with the poison ivy because, no, Stalker Nightbot, send them a restraining order. The Sawyer Mini is good too. They screw onto almost all the water bottles. Oh, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, so the things that you want to have in a in just a I can grab it and go. My house is on fire, grab it and go. You do just, an evacuation bag for yourself. 2 or 3 pairs of underwear, travel toothbrush, toothpaste, dental floss, deodorant, you know, things like that. You can live in your clothes for several days, but just any kind of sanitary supplies, like if you need pee pads or lady sanitation things or whatever. Yeah, yes, a go bag, exactly. hmm You don't have to call it a bug out bag, just something where you can grab it and run. Another thing to keep in mind is for your important papers. Now, a lot of people keep things digital now, but like if you had to go down to the Department of Motor Vehicles and get the true ID, they're going to want to see like the original with the stamp on it, the paper thing with your birth certificate as proof of legal presence. And so there are some papers that you do have that you have to keep them in paper form because people won't accept them on a digital format, like on a PDF or whatever. So you can actually look into finding little carrying cases that are fireproof and waterproof or fire resistant, water resistant. Keep, family photos in there or whatever you want to protect. You don't have to get, the big 180-pound fire safe to do that. You can do these a little ways, a little bit at a time. We're all going camping. We are. We are. There's a huge, we're going to have a burro bash coming in fall of 2025. Yeah, we're all going camping. You put your passport in a safe place and forget your safe place. Yeah. Well, I have it's just it looks like a little briefcase and it zips up, but it's fire resistant up to like 5,000 degrees, which most house fires are about 1,800 degrees. So I keep my important stuff in there. You have all your papers in a little safe. Yeah, me too. Exactly. Just the real important ones. And so as we think about all this stuff, the waterless shampoo and the bath cloths, or, you know, make sure that you have salt on hand, extra salt. Wool blankets are great because they can keep you warm. If the power goes off and you don't have any alternative heating source other than your furnace, then you're gonna want to get warmsies. You're gonna want to stay warmsies. If it gets really super bad, you can actually set up a tent like in your living room and put all the sleeping bags and the warm woolly blankets and all that stuff and get in there until the power comes back on and the heat's restored and whatnot, because that will help to keep in your body warm. So let's go back. So your prescription medications. About half of all Americans take a prescription medication every day. An emergency can make it difficult for you to refill your prescriptions or to find an open pharmacy. Organize and protect your prescriptions, over-the-counter drugs, and vitamins to prepare for an emergency. Non-prescription medications, pain relievers, anti-diarrhea medication, antacids or laxatives, contact solution, baby formula, bottles, diapers, wipes, and baby rash cream, pet food, and extra water for your pet. All of these things can go in one of those plastic totes that you get to put all your Christmas decorations in. A sleeping bag or a warm blanket for each person, a complete change of clothes appropriate for your climate, and sturdy shoes. Good to have a fire extinguisher at home. Matches in a waterproof container. Oh, you know what else I found out? Hi, Brigitte. How are you? I hope I pronounced that right. That's what I was asking in chat the other day. But I found out that if you have cotton balls and Vaseline, you can actually put Vaseline on the cotton balls and light them. They're like a fire starter because the Vaseline will ignite, will ignite. Antibiotics. That's going to be a hard one, Twist. Yeah. And I've heard so many prepper people say that you could go down to your livestock places and get the antibiotics that are used for horses or dogs or fish or whatever because they're all the same. Hopefully, we don't have to go through something like that. Oil. Yes, I have oil lamps. I do. Oh, are they tortilla chips? Well, that's good to know. Look, we're learning all kinds of stuff here. Crying out loud. Okay, the feminine supplies, personal hygiene items, mess kits, paper cuts, cups, plates, paper towels, plastic utensils, paper and pencil, book, game, puzzles, or other activities for children. And here is my little tip for you guys. If you're getting together an evacuation bag or a shelter in place thing or whatever, put some candies or cookies or something that you like in there because there's a lot to be said about mental health, comfort things. If something is happening and, your life is thrown off kilter, having something that makes you happy is very important. So, if it's the Reese's Pieces that you can lay out for ET, or if it's the Oreo double stuffs, chocolate, chocolate. Yes, comfort and chaos is very important. So these Mylar blankets that I'm telling you guys about, they are, oh, thank you, Jasmina. Oh, thank you, baby. You see these more and more, even in like emergencies, the um, the EMTs. First thing is take your yarn. Okay. You have a couple little things you could add. They have a link. Oh yeah, you have a link. Yes, yes. We're waiting for Nicole to join me. I'm gonna say thank you to Jasmina. Thank you, honey.
You so totally rock, Squirt! So give me some fin. Noggin. Dude.
And welcome all the new members. Welcome. Grandma hugs. Grandma hugs. And she is a Swiss delight. Oh, look. Shauna B was gifted a membership. Mama of Gladiator Zizi. Alex Erickson and Sunday was all gifted membership by Jasmina. Thank you. Um, since you're now members, you can drop some of the member emojis to say thank you to Jasmina. Oh, there you are. Hang on just a second. What's the password?
Arm fart.
It's what?
Arm fart, like in It's Perfect.
Arm fart. Arm fart. I got you. Okay, that's correct. Correct. Hi, baby.
Hi.
How are you? I'm gonna stop
I'm
sharing this.
good. How are you?
Mylar blankets. See, they're very small. They're very light, and they are absolutely amazing for all kinds of things. So make sure to get some Mylar blankets. Look, there's like 10 of them for $9. Okay, so you had something to share.
Yes. So I saw this online and I thought it was a great idea. If you have a deep freezer or you don't use much of your freezer, fill Ziploc bags with water and freeze it that way. Because
Mhm.
then if you need fresh water, you'll have it frozen. So you just thaw it out. Or if
Excellent.
your power goes out and you end up needing to put them in your refrigerator, it's a bigger, thicker block of ice, so it'll last longer.
Yes. What we had to do when we were without power for days on end is we had to take everything out of our refrigerator and put it in like those camping coolers. You know, you see just you would take them, put your six packs, whatnot. We had big ones, and we had to take all of our frozen stuff and put it in there in one. And then we had another one that had the things that we were going to need frequently,
Mhm.
like milk or coffee cream or that kind of thing. So we had two of those. And the thing is that when when our power was out, we literally had to drive 45 minutes to a store just to find ice because all of our ice had already died.
Mm.
And we still had cell phone and whatnot, so we went out to the car and used the charger in that to keep the cell phones up and running. And but looking at Facebook and other things, what people were asking for dry ice. Do you know where to get dry ice around you? I
I
didn't.
can I can get well, I don't know if they do, but I've bought dry ice at like Myers before, maybe Kroger. I think sometimes you just need to ask for it, but can get it around here. I would
Yeah.
get it when my kids were in elementary school because we would do science experiments with them.
Oh, cool. I always bought it because when I would do Halloween decorations, I had
Mhm.
like this thing on the porch with a cauldron, and so I'd have the lights under it and stuff, and I would put a little tray of water and put some dry ice in there so it looked like steam.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Yeah, but
too.
but during the storm, we like I said, it was hard to find ice. All of our ice melted, and we had to drive. We actually ended up calling places. Do you have any ice? Do you have any ice? Do you have any ice? And so people on Facebook were saying, "Hey, where do we get dry ice?" And there was one place in the area that actually sold dry ice, and they had sold out first day because 25 pounds of dry ice will actually keep your refrigerator cold for
Mhm.
3 or 4 days. And that's kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
it does. It lasts a lot longer. Yep.
It's crazy how much a power cut just makes you realize, yes, or the other basics that we take for granted. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I have a clip-on light. It's like a little tiny flashlight. Kind of looks like I don't know, maybe like a street lamp, but it's a little tiny thing. It clips on a book so I can read in the dark. Yes, that's my comfort thing is reading.
I have one that I clip on my computer because my keyboard doesn't light up, so if it's dark, I can't see the keys. I like those little lights.
Yeah, those are
Oh,
handy. So, like,
yeah, I don't wanna forget this other stuff. I even wrote it down so I
oh,
wouldn't
cool.
forget it. You know those little hand and foot warmers you can get? They're usually
Yes.
by the checkout. You can order boxes of them on Amazon. So I keep a case of each in my house in case it ever gets that cold, because if you keep your hands and your feet cold, it's gonna help keep the rest of your body warm. I mean, if you keep your
Oh,
hands and your
yeah.
feet warm, it will keep the rest of your body warm. And a case of them, it's very inexpensive. And a lot comes in there, and I think they last about 8 hours each. So I feel that was worth the investment in case it's needed.
Yes. Yeah, disposable hand warmers. Look at that. Thermahand. Oh, it's got to have penguin. It's got to be. Look at that. 12 hours max temperature, air activated. So there's all kinds of things. Hot hands. And that's the
Uh,
thing because we're going into winter and people die. People
right.
die because of
Jasmina, I said to fill Ziploc bags with water and put those in your freezer. And if you have a deep freezer that you don't usually fill, it's a good idea to do that anyways because your deep freezer will run less if it is full. So that will save you on electricity.
Mm-hmm.
Ziploc bags, like gallon size Ziploc bags.
Yes. Okay. So Cash had his gas cut off for a few days in the winter. And if that's what you're using to heat your home, then it's going to get cold pretty quick. And so that's why, I'm talking about things like if it gets really desperate, if you get just a little two-man tent, you can pitch
Mhm.
that in the living room, pitch it on top of your bed. Pretend you're Henry VIII and you, you have a tent in your bed. You have to stay warm. Why black?
Oh, she misunderstood what I was saying. I think she understands now.
Okay, black bags.
Um,
Oh, no, no. What I was talking about, the big black garbage bags, the bin bags. Those are handy just to have around, like in a car, in a house, whatever, because they can make an emergency rain poncho or an emergency tent or, wrap up the dead body. I didn't say that.
oh,
Fuel poverty is a thing. It is. You had to go to McDonald's in another town, then the kids were still small and shuffled in the back of the car. Yeah, exactly. But the thing is that, like, from personal experience, when our power was out, so were all the restaurants and grocery stores and everything around us. The gas stations didn't work, the ATMs didn't work. So just something to think about. Your ex had a night shift and you were in the dark with candles, and I had my dog around me on the sofa sleeping. Oh,
mhm.
thank you, Cash. 50 liters. Okay.
Uh, Another thing I
Um,
would suggest is having a or a propane grill
mm-hmm.
and keeping extra propane.
Yeah,
The
there's
one with
like,
the side burner is a really good idea because it's easier to boil water on. It's like a stove burner, but it's on the side of the grill.
yeah, there's these little things.
Yeah.
These are little things.
Mhm.
Like I had this forever, these type of things, because you can cook on them. You can also, if you have a pan that you can put water in, or even melt snow on. Plus, they provide heat for you. But if you're messing around with propane, you got to make sure that it's properly ventilated.
Are you still there,
Yeah, I
Grinding?
am.
Okay. The last thing I have written down is I bought excuse me. They come in a kind of a bucket. It's on Amazon. It is, I forgot what exactly it is, but it's like the freeze dried meals.
Oh, right. I have one of these guys, the Mr. Heater,
I can't remember what they're called.
MREs type of thing.
Yes, yes. So you can get, I think it's almost a month's worth of food in that bucket for around $100 for one person. It's a breakfast, a lunch, a dinner, and a dessert.
Here's 298 servings from Ready Weiss. Yeah, this is what she's talking about. Um, ready to eat meals, emergency meals, entrees, real non-perishable meals. They're 25 years shelf life.
Right.
So, hopefully it doesn't go into Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome and you know, we can't do anything. But this is so easy to get something like this. There's fruit and veggie mix. To keeping these kind of things around. Yeah, I'm not thinking freeze-dried broccoli fluorescent stems. Yeah, I'm not that serious about it because honestly, if I have to eat bugs or something, I'm just gonna die. I just
I feel the same
no.
way. I agree with you on that. I do agree with that. But I figure if it gets to the point where I have to open that bucket, I'm just going to be so hungry that anything in there is going to taste good.
Exactly. What you carry doggy poo bags? Okay. Dried soup mix. Yes. Hey, Sunday. Tang. Yeah, 25 years. Uh-huh. Remember Y2K when the world was going to end because of that?
Yeah. And it didn't.
Yeah. Oh, surprise. No, it didn't. But I was stocked up. I had the MREs because these type of things weren't readily available. Um, let's look at this.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and jump down. I just wanted to come and make those suggestions.
Thank you. Those were great suggestions. I appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and for anybody from now on, the password is
Arm
arm
fart.
fart.
Hmm.
Arm fart. Okay.
All right. I love you.
I love you too. Thanks so
Bye.
much. Or my country don't prepare that way. I've never seen it. Well, okay. Yeah, I kind of mentioned that like Russia and Ukraine are at war and stuff, and the Ukraine actually invaded into Russian territory in the Kursk region. I'm going to stop sharing that. But in that area is where it was a control point for the natural gas that comes out of Russia, and that's supposed to be like a good thing, so that the Russians won't actually just cut off all of Europe from their gas because, from what I understand, last winter that there was a natural gas rationing, and people had started burning furniture to try to keep their house warm. You know about that war? Yeah, you hear about that every day. Exactly. I just got a new jog tablets as I live near. Oh, yeah, iodine and those things, and things like power stations, things like military bases, things like nuclear power plants, those type of things. If if a country wanted to affect you and their enemies' people, the worst, those are the first things they're going to do. It's going to take away power, they're going to take away communications, and they're going to take away water because those are the things that we need just to survive. They already did. Hence the worldwide fuel price increases. Exactly. The many decades in there. If it's normal, if you don't think it is, it really will happen. Well, and that's the thing because we're always having wars and all this other stuff and whatnot, but it just seems like things are escalating, and I have an idea why, and it's called Agenda 2030. We're going to go with that in a tinfoil hat because that's some scary stuff, and I can point out exactly how these things are happening. You have a black walnut tree. You could make iodine from. Ooh. Hey, Mac. Hey, girl. Hi. How are you? We often think of unaffected and question foreign aid without understanding where the resources arise from. Yeah, yeah. And honest to goodness, I mean, if my area was war torn, and if anything, because I'm still in Texas, we would be the country that's facing off against the United States. But if I was living in a war-torn area and I didn't have access to basic medical, food, water, that sort of thing, yeah, I wouldn't care where the money came from to help my family, be honest with you. Anyway, so like I said, I mean, it's just something to think about because whether it's weather or if it's some sort of military action or it's a biochemical thing or a pandemic or shit hits the fan, it's always a good thing to have these things on hand just to get you guys through, okay? You can't imagine pharmacies being closed, all the people with life-threatening. Oh, Sunday, it's like there are so many shortages on medications like insulin. She means refugees, not fugitives. And that's cute. Yeah, so um like I said, please go, and I don't they might have these things, for England, New Zealand, Australia, the rest of Europe, whatever. But this one is specifically for the United States from our FEMA. And so please go play around in there. Look up some 72-hour preparedness videos on YouTube. But I just wanted to share that with you because it's been on my heart. Oh my, yeah. Hey, Zen 1111. How are you, sweetheart? Thanks for coming in. I'm actually going to dip out, growing larger and fewer can be. Yeah. Hey, Patrish. Oh, honey, hi. I haven't seen you for a while. Hi. Thanks for coming in. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go away. I love you all. Please remember, to let's do human better. Let's be kinder to each other. Here's Queen Bella's. Let me see. Queen Bella's emoji. Kindness is free. Hey, Zero Fox Given, how are you? Good to see you, honey. Yeah, I'm leaving out. I'm leaving out because I don't want to keep these things too long. Appreciate Nicole coming up and yakking with me. And I will see you guys soon. And just remember, as bad as it seems in life or things going in the economy or war or whatever the thing is, there's always something good to look for. Be grateful for what you do have and find things. I get a lot of happiness looking at things that sparkle. So I have a crystal snowflake that hangs from my rearview mirror in my car. And, I like to see like dragonfly wings and stuff like that. Find something that makes you happy. And if it all gets to be too much, remember, you're not alone. You're important. People need you. Okay. And so in my exit video, there are all kinds of links to different helplines. If you're thinking about self-exiting, or if you have some PTSD from military service, or for the LGBTQIA plus community, there's all kinds of these things. There's also always in my video description and on my about section. And remember,